Hey everybody. So I haven't really posted anything in a few days. I've been taking the holidays off, but also I've kind of been down. I have been a little under the weather, so I plan to come back with New Year's. So decided to post this. Wish everybody a very happy New Year, and we're gonna start off strong with the new year, posting new readings. I have several new decks coming, so I'm very, very excited. But also, a very special channeled message is that 2026 is the year of the wheel, as in the Wheel of Fortune, if we're talking regular tarot. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of fate. It's turning destiny in your favor. There's going to be a lot of changes in 2026, so I'm hoping you buckle up and get ready for the ride because it's going to be a wild one. I do predict that a lot of things are going to change. I think a lot of new discoveries are going to be made and advances in technology and medicine. We're already seeing this, but we know that there are blockages, unfortunately. You know what the blockages are? Humans. And it's not all of us, but it's the people that are in the power, the people who have control and money, government, and the people that are, the CEOs of these companies like Big Pharma. We have all these wonderful things happening where we can learn. Did you know that, people are learning to walk again? They're actually, Japan has come out with a way to, I think it was Japan. Don't quote me on that, just in case I'm wrong. But I believe I read that they were trying to stimulate somebody into walking again. They have a way to fix the spine, and somebody had started walking again who hadn't walked previously. They also, and I don't know if this was Japan, but it was definitely overseas, but the countries over there are making so much more progress than we are here in America because, they are learning to grow new teeth without having to put in all these painful implants. They know how to grow teeth, guys. Can you believe that? I mean, it's wonderful. There's cures for diabetes now. They're finding cures for this. They're finding cures for lupus. I mean, I'm reading all of these wonderful things that are becoming successful. And the advances in technology, they're slowly finding ways to learn to teleport things. Can you believe that? It's really small, but they're slowly growing. They're having success teleporting very, very tiny particles. But can you imagine the idea of teleportation, like on Star Trek, actually becoming a thing? Our progress has been so slow. We thought it would be way more advanced by 2026, didn't we? But we thought it was going to happen by the year 2000, but no, it's taken a lot longer. And for all of those Star Trek fans out there, when we actually make it to space, it was 2024, I think, when we either made it to space or when we were supposed to make it to space on their timeline. I vaguely remember seeing that when I experienced the Star Trek experience in Vegas when it was still there. I remember seeing that on the timeline. If anyone was there and could verify that, I would love to see your comments on that. I'm a Star Trek nerd, but I'm not a super nerd, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, I love it. If you know the history and you can tell me, I would love to hear it because I'm kind of medium there. I don't know everything, but I did love watching it. But I will say, we are actually starting to match things, and I'm beginning to think that Gene Roddenberry was a visionary, not just in making, Star Trek, but it makes me think that some of our most creative people with the best imaginations don't just have imaginations. If you have a great, creative, descriptive imagination, you may be tapping into something more than that. You may be tapping into your psychic abilities. Many of you are awakening, and many divine masculines are going to be awakening. This is the year you awaken. And when I say awaken, it's like you may be having your spiritual awakening And you're going to start to feel different. You're going to start to be pulled in certain directions. Your soul is going to want to be pulled towards its purpose. And you may start to notice things that you didn't notice before. You may start to see signs and synchronicities. You may start to have very vivid dreams. And you're going to start to awaken to, are you a starseed? Are you becoming more, attached to different things? Were you angelic? Are you drawn to elementals? Are you drawn to, oh my gosh, there's so many things out there. But you could be drawn to your ancestors. You could be drawn to a lot of things. So the idea is be open-minded. 2026 is bringing many changes. Most of all, though, a lot of changes are happening. There's still threats out there. So please be safe on this New Year's. Be safe. Use discernment. Trust your intuition. If anything feels wrong or feels off, trust in that and find a place of safety, okay? And I just say that not for anything weird happening, around us, but people are the danger. We always worry about animals and things like that. We are the worst of the animals, humans. And it's a shame because people are just starting to go off the wall here. And I think a lot of people, based on, and this is just a theory, but what I feel about it intuitively is that a lot of people, based on their raising, there's too much religion, too much politics, too many things like that. I think people don't know how to handle the things that they're not ready for. I think a lot of us are ready, depending on how you were raised or depending on how open you are. So that's why I say keep an open mind, keep open the possibilities that anything can happen, that there is still magic in the world, because those who are closed-minded and don't believe, they're going to have a really hard time with the transition when things start to show themselves in this world. And we're like, wait a minute, I thought that didn't exist. It's really going to mess some people up, and they're going to struggle. And some people are not going to handle it well. So let's do the best that we can. And let's help each other. Put a lot of love, put a lot of kindness out there. And that's what our jobs are. And it's okay if you relate to interstellars, if you relate to elementals, if you relate to angels. Sometimes you relate to all of it. I have been both interstellar and angelic in my past lives. So, if you're called, sometimes I think that, when we talk about light workers and things like that, these terms are so interchangeable. Light worker, empath. Sometimes you're all of it. So I wanted to put out this special channel message. I hope you had a great Christmas or holidays, whatever it is you celebrate or don't celebrate. I hope you had a great time, and I wish you all a great new year. And I hope we start this new year off accepting the changes and just flow with it and trust your intuition. Good luck to everybody.